Hello everybody. So, apologize that I'm out again, but I'm trying to get you through here. So we're going to jump into some more graphs. So we split these up into 2 days. So we looked at histograms the other day. Those are our big ones. So today and tomorrow we're just going to try and hit some of the other ones you could run into. So these are not as time consuming. They're also not quite as robust, but they are pretty common and they all have their little uses here. So first off, we're going to look at a stem and leaf plot. So the trick here is the stem is going to be the leftmost digit or digits, but we'll talk about that in a second. That one, it's multi-digit. And the leaf are the small part. They are the rightmost digits, okay? So it's going to be the smallest number, so usually the one spot of our digits. So the leaf can only be a single digit, okay? But a stem can be multiple digits, okay? And the reason that this comes up here is what if I'm looking at a number like 137, okay? Then when I make my stem and leaf plot, which we'll get into a little bit more in a second, but your stem versus your leaf has to be that rightmost digit. So that's 7. And then everything else here would be your stem. So your leaf's the 7. The stem is the 1, 3, or 13 over there. Okay. So together this makes 137 there. Okay. Make sure you put your data in order. So as we get down and draw our actual stem and leaf plot, you do need to make sure your numbers are going in order from smallest to greatest. Otherwise, it creates chaos and it's not super useful. So we're going to make sure we get them in order. And then also provide a key for your reader so they have some idea of what the heck they're looking at. Okay. All right, so looking at this one, as always, you do want to make sure that you label everything. So we have water consumption, elephants. So that's way too much work. So I'm just going to write thirsty elephants. And then I'm going to start putting things in order. So just looking down here, I'm looking at my tens digits because these are all single digits here. If they were multiple digits, or I guess 2 still multiple, but if they were bigger, 3, 4 digit numbers, then I would keep track of that as well. These are all single digits, so I'm looking at 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 6, whatever, right? So the smallest tens digit I see is a 3. Okay. And then the biggest one I see is a 6. So I'm going to set this up with those stems, 3, 4, 5, 6, representing 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Okay. Here we go, slide that up a little bit. So those are my tens digits. So then I'm going to start going in order and trying to knock off each one at a time. So looking at my 30s, right, I got a 30 here, here, there, and there. I thought I had another one. So there are 6 of them, right? 33, 34, 35, 32, 39, 33. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in order, write down their leaves. So starting with 32, so it's 2. And then I have 33 and 33. If you have repeats, you just list it twice. So 33, so there's the 3 from this one and a 3 from that one. And then I have 34, so I put down its leaf of 4, 35 there, and 39. And that hits all my 30s. Okay. So I have 32, 33, 33, 34, 35, 39. Okay. I'll get some other colors in here. Try and help sort out what's going on. So now looking at my 40s, I have, there's a 40 there, 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 and there. A lot of 40s. So let me double check. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, Sorry, I have my key over there to make sure I don't miss numbers because it's really easy to miss these as we go. All right, so then putting all of these down. So the smallest one's obviously 40. I want these to line up, so I'm going to keep those colors the same. All right, no other 40s, but I have two 41s. Any 42s? No. Oh, I got a 43. All right, and a 44. 45. 45. 46, 46. 47. And 48. Okay, so a lot of 40s. Coming back in with my 50s, I have, looks like 3 of them there. So just one, oops, that's really the wrong color. 51, 53, and 53. And last but not least, 60s. So I have one there, one there, one there, and one there for 4. So we have two 60s, so 60 and 60, 66, and 69. Do a quick little check here to make sure we didn't do anything goofy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there should be 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we got them all. We're good to go. And that's stem and leaf plots. On the back, excuse me, we're going to be looking at dot plots. So dot plots is a little bit faster than stem and leaf plots because you don't really care about ordering and you can just kind of put them all together. So looking at this one you can still see those distribution shapes really well. And you can see something called an outlier particularly well. So is it really far away from all the other numbers? Okay. So these are the daily high temperatures during the month of January in Chicago, Illinois. So looking really quickly here, we still want to get a little scope so I can pick a good scale. So my smallest number is 2, and my biggest one looks like it's 51. So I'm going to be between 2 and 51. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a whole number line here. So 0, and then I want to go up, put 50 over here with just a little 1 there. So let's try and even this out. So 10, 20, 30, 40. That looks pretty good. And then for counting purposes, I'll put my 5s in the middle and then just kind of fill in from there. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so quick little number line there. And then what I want to do is I'm just going to put a dot for each one of these. If I have a repeat, I'm going to stack them up so I can start to see their height. Okay. Let's switch colors here. Let's go with green. All right, so I'm just going to go work my way down. So 33, 31, 25, 22, 38, 51, 32, 2 23s. They're even next to each other, so I can stack those up. 24. No, that's 34. Let's cross this 24 off. 34, 44, 43, 47, 36, 27, 29, 25, 28, 35, 21. We're just going to work our way through the entire list here. Doing our best to try and keep all the ones when there's one at a time, kind of on the level, all the twos on the same level, all threes on the same level. Okay. Let's finish this up. Okay, so one thing that we can start to see here, now that we have our entire graph, is what is not new or close. So this kind of spread it over here, but it's not entirely by itself. This one over here, though, big jump there, so that is going to be an outlier. And we'll get into specifics about what makes something an outlier a little bit later, but just notice that there's a big jump from all the rest of the data there. Okay, so that's dot plot, quick version. All right, now this next one's a pie chart. This is really only useful for qualitative data sets. There's very little numerical, if any, numerical ties in here, so it's really going to stick with that qualitative one. So a circle is divided into sectors, which are what those pie pieces are called, okay? And then sectors are proportional to the frequency of the category, okay? So the more something shows up, the bigger the sector is, right? So like down here, this is a big part of the pie, so it's got the most frequency. This one is bigger than here, so more responses were to this category than that, okay? Now, you do need all of your categories, all right? So whatever you measured needs to show up on here. If you have a really large number, sometimes you'll see other in here, and it'd say anyone in this category has less than one, or not less than one, that'd be 0. Less than 5, less than 2, less than whatever. So sometimes you'll see that just because it's so small that it's really hard to see, but they do need to be represented somewhere, okay? So make sure you get all those in there, and only use a pie chart if you're trying to do something in relation to the entire group, okay? The entire thing. So really make sure that this is the one you want if this is the one you're going to choose to use for something. Now, getting this right is really tricky because you need a protractor and usually a compass to get this really drawn nicely, to get those sectors in right. So usually you're going to stick with this one if you're going to use some sort of digital tool to help you out. But just really quickly to make sure we understand what we're looking at here. So this doesn't have a date, but might be outdated here. Music preferences for young adults ages 14 to 19. So our options were rap, alternative, rock and roll, country, or classical. So things to just kind of notice here. This one is the largest one, which corresponds with this color. So that means the most popular with 50% of respondents. Pretty big majority there, is rap, okay? And the least interested one was this one up here, which is kind of hard to tell from here to here, but it is supposed to be classical, okay? So just looking at most popular, least popular is pretty quick, and you can, if it's labeled correctly, get those percentage in there. So you could say like, which one is 10%? So we look at the lightest one, which over here corresponds to country. So just a real quick version on how to read those and make sure that you know what you're looking at.